11th, 2017. Saturday morning, 29 degrees. Sunny and calm. Hey guys, you're watching Runtagious, and this is David, and I'm finally back. This time with a better mic. So hopefully you won't hear any of the road noise or much of it, and you're not going to hear that weird vibration noise that was coming from the back of my phone. I don't know what the heck that was. I've got my phone clipped into the air vent on my truck here, and I guess every time I go over bumps, which is, or even any little vibration on the truck will cause like that weird, like the noise that you heard last time. So I plugged in a cheap headset, and hopefully that should fix the problem, and you'll be able to hear me better. So what we've got going on today is a 20-mile trail run, and we're headed out to Keene, New Hampshire, to a trail called the Cheshire Rail Trail. And when I was reading up on it, it doesn't sound like it's a paved bike path. It is a bike path, but it's mostly dirt and gravel, which is perfect for a 20-mile run. To me, it sounds like it's not going to be a really technical trail, which is really good, because I'm not going to be all fatigued just stepping over roots and rocks, tripping over things, falling on my face. And best part is, hopefully I won't be walking a whole lot, because I got time against me today. I got off to a late start this morning, woke up a little late. I wanted to be out the door by 9, but it's 10:30 right now, and I'm still just getting out of Bolton. So it's still gonna take me about 50 minutes to get there. Actually, no, that's incorrect. That's 50 miles to get there. So I still have about an hour and 15 minutes to get there. I guess that's what happens when you're searching for good, long, non-technical trails. It's been hard for me to find something like this that's just, packed gravel, dirt, wide path, and just not very technical. I don't even know how packed this trail will get with bike riders and walkers, dog walkers, but we'll see. And it is all the way up in Keene, New Hampshire too. The problem is, when I looked at the maps, it looks like, especially near the start, it looks like there's a lot of businesses around there, so it's a pretty busy area. But it's also a 20-mile out and back trail. So my guess is for people that are walking their dogs or bringing their kids to ride their bikes and stuff, after the first few miles, you're not going to see as many people. So, if it's packed, I'll just deal with it for a few miles, go all the way to the 10-mile end, and then turn around and come back. Today's looking really nice. A little cold today, 29 degrees. I haven't run with my hydration pack in freezing weather yet, so this will be interesting. It's not as cold as I thought it would be. Last night I thought it would be around up in the teens, and I had concerns about parts of my hydration pack freezing up, but if it's 29 out and it's sunny right now, as you can see, that shouldn't be a problem. My body heat will keep the bladder warm. My main concern was the nozzle that's just right out in front of me, but I plan on taking sips, just like on the treadmill, probably taking sips every third of a mile or at the very least, every half mile, it's taking sips. So, as long as I, keep the water moving in there, I think I should be fine. Yeah, it's a great day today. Other than just being colder than usual. It's sunny. It looks like it's pretty calm out. I brought my drone, so we're gonna get some good shots, and we're gonna have a good time today on this 20 miler. And I'm feeling really good. I'm not really concerned about the distance. I mean, I did 18 miles on the treadmill last week, followed by a 13 miler. Both of those runs went really well, but again, that's also the treadmill. I did have the treadmill set on about, I think, a 0.5% incline. So I mean, as long as it's not super hilly and not very windy out today, I'm thinking this 20 miler is going to go pretty good. Let's just hope. And I've just been feeling really good too. Like my entire week, I've been running pretty aggressively. I had a couple days on the treadmill just because it was really windy out. The weather just wasn't great.
Keep right.
So I had a couple of runs on the treadmill. One of them being a 6 miler where I actually averaged a 7:48 pace for that. That kind of came out of nowhere.
After 1.5 miles.
Gotta thank the Hoka Tracers though. I'm still loving those shoes, and they are really making my cadence as high as they have ever been. I think up until like last week, my average cadence on runs was right around like 175 steps per minute. Now, well, on the treadmill, I've been averaging 180 to, believe it or not, 186. I think I did 185 or 186 on that 6 mile run where I averaged 7:48. And it's to the point now where I can't really even notice that my feet are moving that fast. So that's a really good sign. That's a good sign, increasing my foot speed, and hopefully I can translate that out on the trail today. And I've run some pretty good 20 milers before where my cadence was fast too. And I think that's the key. Keep your cadence up. You'll be spending less time on your feet if you keep your cadence up. Keep on your mid to forefoot, and you'll just be floating on the ground. Your legs will be a blur. So hopefully I can keep that up on the trail today and finish as fast as we can. Oh, and I also mentioned, so time is working against me today. So here's the problem. I promised someone at work that I would be online today at 4 o'clock to help do some things on the network for him. And so according to the GPS here, I'm going to arrive at the trail around 11:48. And usually when I get to the trail, I'm usually just putting on, I take my time putting on my gear, and I also mess around with the drone, try to get some good shots with the drone. That usually takes up about a good 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. When I get back, I gotta do everything in reverse. I gotta take off my pack. I didn't actually bring a change of clothes today, or even a towel. I'm not expecting to be sweating a whole lot, but that should save me a little bit of time if I don't have to change. So if I can just finish my run, take off my pack, warm up a little bit, and then just hit the road and drive home as fast as I can, I might still make my 4 o'clock. So what does that mean? That means my 20 miler, I'm gonna have to try to finish that in about 3 hours. So that means I would have to run each of my miles, I have to run each of my miles probably at a sub 9-minute pace. And I don't think that's going to happen. So the good thing is it's an out and back, right? So there's nothing stopping me from just, running as far as I can, keeping an eye on the time and my pace. And then when I determine that I just won't make it on time, I'll just turn around. So if I get to like mile 8 and I know I'm just not going fast enough, or I won't be able to pick up the pace, then I'm just gonna have to just turn around, come home, do what I gotta do, and I don't know, maybe at night finish off my run. But we'll see what happens. I think the key to success today and making that 3-hour time is to start off quick, not very aggressive, but start off quick. Make sure my cadence is high, and then just maintain that. Maintain a cadence of 175 and up. And we'll see what happens. I'll see you out there. Alright, we just got here, and just like I thought, we're pretty much in downtown Keene right now. And I found some public parking, and I'm trying to make my way to the bike trail, and I think it starts off as a paved trail from what I could see when I was driving by. Let's see, so I parked over there, so that means the trail should be over here somewhere. This thing about trail running, you just don't know what to expect. Just don't. It's pretty populated downtown too. So I'm gonna put this away before my fingers freeze. And I'll see you on the trail probably about like 2 or 3 miles in. Alright, we're about 3 miles in, and so the first mile was pretty much a paved bike path, and then after that you cross over this bridge and it becomes gravel, and then after the bridge it turns into this. So it's like a dirt path. Looks like it's got gravel too. I can't really tell, there's so many leaves here. But that's what it's been for like the last mile and a half or so. Nobody on the trail yet. And I'm going a lot faster than I should. I mean, obviously I can barely talk right now. Just trying to make time. But so I'm doing, averaging a 9:04 pace, a lot faster than what I've been doing, and I know I'm gonna get myself into trouble. Gotta be real careful with all these leaves, as I don't know what's underneath. Already stepped on a couple of rocks. Haven't come close yet to rolling my ankle, but these leaves are pretty sketchy. So I'm gonna put you away and concentrate on this. Look at that. This is like the second one that I've run through already, and I just hit mile 5. It's cold enough here, and there's no sun, that you got ice. Pretty amazing. So far, so good. A little bit more technical now, gotta be careful. Slipped a couple times. Alright, we're headed out. All right, almost coming up on mile 7. I got another one of these cool little paths. Oh, I love it. Yeah, the footing is still not great, especially for how fast I'm going. Now I'm still averaging a 9:06. Fast for me, especially on the trails. There's spots where even without the leaves, the ground's just very soft, almost like you're running on sand, like on the beach. And then there's other parts where the ground's basically frozen, and I can like kind of step through the frozen layer. It's kind of hard to explain, but my feet are like crunching through. Not right now though. All right, but I think my plan is I'm probably gonna turn around at mile 9 and work my way back, because something tells me I'm just gonna tire out really fast and hit the wall very soon. So I don't want to be stuck out here. All right, let's get to mile 9. Just finished mile 9, 9:09 mile. Feeling okay, surprisingly okay. I just turned around and I'm gonna head back another 9 miles back to the car. And depending on the time, I might try to bang out 2 miles on the road. We'll see. That way I don't have to run when I get home, because by the time I get home, I'm gonna be probably ready to just pass out. I didn't bring any protein or any kind of like post-workout fuel, so I might be in trouble on the way home. It's a long ride too, so might have to save some energy for the ride home. We'll see. My hands are freezing. I'll check in when you get at around mile 12. Okay, mile 12. That was a 8:49 pace, and just before that, I had an 8:45 11th mile. I'm not really sure. It might be downhill on the way back slightly, but I can't really tell. Or I just might be excited to be headed back to the car. It might also be a tailwind too. Can't really tell. I'm kind of out of it right now. Starting to tire though, really, really quick. My phone's also at 10%, I think, because of the cold. So this might be my last update. Hopefully not. I'll see you back at the car if it is. Hey, and welcome back. So my 20 miler ended up being an 18 miler, just short on time, but you know what? When I hit mile 14, I started breaking down really fast, especially when I ended up back on the road. So I was on the road for about a mile. Then I was on the bike path, which is paved, for another mile. And I just went to, fell apart. Let's just say that. Completely fell apart. My last mile was still good though. It was like an 8:40 something. But that was everything I had. That was me deciding that, all right, we can't go for 19 and 20. Let's just, use everything else left in the tank. And that's what I did. And, I cranked out an 8:40 something last mile. The previous mile before that was probably like just above 9. And, I don't even know what I ended up averaging. I ended up averaging a 9:04 pace. 18 miles, 9:04. That, for me, that's really good. That's really good. That's probably the fastest 18 miler I've done in a very long time. And I'm a little disappointed that I couldn't get the 20 in today. And I think to myself, if I did have the time, could I have gotten to 20? I think so. I think the whole time I had in the back of my head, wasn't gonna have enough time, wasn't gonna have enough, gotta cut it short. And then I had my mind set on turning around at mile 9. So I think that was part of the problem. But yeah, if I knew I had unlimited time, I probably would have slowed it down a little bit. And I don't know if I would have taken more, or actually I don't even know if I took any walking breaks. I don't think I did. I don't know if I would have taken walking breaks. It would have depended on if I wanted to stop to show you something. And I thought I was able to do that while I was running today at a faster pace. Camera's a little bit shaky, but what are you gonna do? I don't have one of those like gimbals, and I'm not gonna run with one either. So my ETA for home now looks like 4:11. But I know as I was driving here, I was probably going over the speed limit, and I was able to shave off a lot of time. Like I think I was able to shave off like more than 20 minutes getting here. So hopefully the same will happen on the way back, and I'll be able to get home with enough time to take a nice hot shower and then get ready for work on a Saturday. Yay for me. But yeah, back to the 18 miler. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to try to make up those miles tonight, or I even considered trying to make up the miles by adding 2 more to my 15 miler tomorrow. That just sounds really crazy. That's probably sounding like me getting myself into a lot of trouble, just trying to squeeze in those 2 miles just because my training schedule said so. I don't know. It probably will depend on how I feel tomorrow, and I'm not even sure where I'm going to run that 15 miler. Yeah, you see, I almost call it a 17 miler. So it's so bad. Why do I do this to myself? Yeah, so I'm not really sure where I'm going to run it tomorrow. I'm leaning towards going on the treadmill, believe it or not. Why? Because it's warm. There's even footing. It's a softer landing. And one huge problem today with being outside in the cold, and this is going to continue being a problem that's probably going to annoy me more and more each time. It's really hard to get at my gel pack and also get at my shot block gummies. And another thing is, the gummies they kind of harden up because it's so cold out, which makes chewing it almost like, I don't know, just imagine you're tired and you don't really even want to put anything in your mouth, but then you have to put this big shot block that's about the size of a dice into your mouth, and then when you chew down, it's almost like chewing a soft gumball. Just imagine that. Like, I don't know, I already don't have enough energy to run. How am I going to have enough energy to just chew on that shot block? So I don't know, like I went on Amazon and did one of those subscribe and saves for the shot blocks, and I'm not scheduled to get another box for like probably 2 months or so, and I don't know, I'm not sure if I'll be using those that much more. We'll see. I mean, they work great when it's warm out. I'll probably save them for that. But yeah, I just don't know about using them in the cold. What's going on here? What's going on? Okay, we're still in I think New Hampshire. Not sure what town. I'm pretty sure I left Keene just a little while ago. But it'll probably. I see signs for Jaffrey, Monadnock Street. Oh yeah, Monadnock, Jaffrey. That's right. Yeah, so should be in Massachusetts pretty soon. My ETA now is 4:10. So yeah, we're getting there. I'm really looking forward to that shower. One thing I forgot to mention about the run. See, I didn't really want to mention anything during the run because, I was afraid that if I stopped too often or if I just slowed down a little bit, my cadence would change. So I didn't really want to say anything. But I was able to maintain a 176 cadence today. And for me, that's almost unheard of on a long run. That's a really good thing for me, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier today before the run. If I can maintain 175 plus, it should turn out to be a pretty good day. But again, the 176 and the speed kind of go hand in hand, and if I had, because of the cadence, I think I had the speed. I had the 9:04 pace. With some sub 9-minute miles in there too. I think I had several of those. But if it wasn't for the cadence, I think my pace would have been probably closer to 9:15, 9:20. Because I have been able to run at those paces, at the slower paces with the same cadence, but I find it really hard to do that unless I'm on the treadmill. See, the treadmill will control how fast I go, and I control my cadence. But when I'm out there running on the trails or running out on the roads, I feel a high cadence always equals a faster pace. I guess it just takes a little bit more practice to kind of maintain that high cadence even at slower paces. Probably something I'll work on later. Maybe. Yeah, so I'm gonna enjoy this long ride back home, and I hope you enjoyed watching parts of my 18-miler and listening to me yap about my run. But yeah, depending on where I go tomorrow, I might do another one of these. I'm not sure yet, but if I'm outside and I'm running somewhere cool, might as well, right? And hopefully the audio is a lot better going forward. I'll keep this in my truck, and you're never gonna have to hear it again. So till next time, enjoy the outdoors, love the roads, try to love bikers out there. I know that's hard, and happy running. Thanks for watching Runtageous. I'm David. I'll see you next time. Peace.